This is a different flute than the other one. This is the kind of second installment of making a flute out of plastic. But this flute here is the one that I got 48 years ago on the street in San Francisco, a street in San Francisco. And this really was the template for making the plastic flute. And unfortunately, a sad day today. Good evening, by the way. It's actually it's kind of after midnight. But today I determined that I lost my plastic flute. This is not the one because it has no holes in it. And so it's okay. I want to make a lot of flutes, and this one I had started. I melted the plastic enough to get one of those metal slugs in there. I'm not going to use them anymore because they rust, and so it's better to use coins, and I'm going to show them. But getting back to this flute, and I'm not going to spend much time on any of one of these things that I'm doing. They're kind of extemporaneous, so bear with me because it is after midnight. Unfortunate car malady that I had to get into the street on. Not resolved yet. Anyway, I just used the hole spacing, and it was obvious, not obvious, I don't want to say obvious, but it seemed to me that they must have used 3/4 inch PVC pipe to as a template for this. The dimensions are pretty close at any rate. And I just used the hole spacings, and you need to be particular about where the mouthpiece hole is in relationship to the inside end of this thing to get the right wave, air to blow the right way. Anyway, and that's kind of the way it is. And I am going to kind of like go along and show how that works, and show a few other ways of maybe sealing the end. It doesn't have to be melted, I believe. The first ones that I made, I used a 1/2 inch PVC cap with a 3/4 inch PVC tubing, and I glued it together. They don't exactly fit, but at that point, the mouthpiece unfortunately ends up somewhere in the joint. And it worked, worked well until I lost that one. Now I've lost two. At any rate, so that's one way. Then another way maybe is to get a coin that's big enough and actually just glue it on the end. I want to get away from glue myself, but this is a 10 shekel coin, and it works pretty well because if you can see, there's a little bit of space around the outside diameter of the plastic pipe and the outside diameter of the coin. And that's kind of what I think I would like, because you get the coin hot or the plastic melted and push the coin in, and that's pretty much the way that one got done. Yeah, but these coins wouldn't rust. Anyway, I'm going to do more later. This is kind of the end of the second installment. This flute, this ceramic flute, they don't make them anymore. I think they were made in the years 1972 to 1974 by a company called Reliable Brothers out of Clovis, California. And I don't think they lasted more than a few years, but it's nice. The timbre, I mean, the color of this is different than the plastic, and I'd blow the plastic right after it, except that I don't have it to blow. Good night. See you next time.